Karl Marx, over 150 years ago, wrote about his goal, or maybe it was his obsession. And he said it was the overthrow of all institutions. Karl Marx wasn't a reformer, somebody who wanted to make a bad situation a little bit better, tinker with the structure a little bit. He was a revolutionary. He wanted to overthrow the entire system in Europe. In fact, he wanted to overthrow the entire Christian, patriarchal, aristocratic order that had developed Europe the way it was. Well, his followers have been laboring for the last century and a half to achieve what Karl Marx dreamed of. Originally, they thought that those goals could be reached by using as their shock troops what Marx called the proletariat, or the working man. So for many years, communists tried to organize the workers. However, by the 1930s, the communist theorists, the Marxists, around a group called the Frankfurt School. They started off at the University of Frankfurt in Germany. After Hitler's rise to power, they moved to the United States almost lock, stock, and barrel. And they had begun to sour on the workers. They were a bit disillusioned by the American working man, because the American working man was not a revolutionary. He didn't want to burn out the factory owner, seize the factories, kill the large farmers, murder businessmen, seize their resources. All the American working man basically wanted was a fair shake. He wanted the chance to enter the middle class. He wanted a chance for an education for his children. And through the work of the trade union movement and others, and political changes that came over the years, the American working man largely gained what he wanted. So he was not a reliable ally or as a reliable revolutionary. And as early as the 1920s, Marxist theoreticians decided that they would use racial politics. In fact, it was Trotsky who said that perhaps the American Negro could be used as the shock troops for revolution, to do what the workers had not done. More recently, the idea occurred to people in the Frankfurt School, who were the ones who lay behind radical feminism, that gender politics could be used to overthrow the existing order. So you would have racial minorities organized, blacks particularly in the United States, now more recently Hispanics, and gender politics. That would be radical feminism and the homosexual agenda to attack the existing order. So racial and gender revolution, which is something that is really called cultural communism.